If you're a fan of my content and you want even more, head over to twitch.tv/AceTrainElium, link in the description, for live streams 5 days a week. Come and join our amazing community. Hey everybody, AceTrainElium here and welcome to the latest episode of MetroMania. MetroMania is an ongoing 16 Pokémon Metronome only double battle tournament to determine the MetroMania Champion, and this season, Season 4, is all about unevolved starter Pokémon. If you're already a fan of MetroMania, you've watched the series so far, everything's been building to this moment and you're ready for more, hit that like button and of course hit the subscribe button if you're new so you never miss an episode. This is going to be the second of our semi-finals. We have Piplup sitting patiently in the grand final, which will be next week, waiting to find out its opponent, but of course we need to find that out today in the semi-finals. But before we get into the battles, as always, let's have a look at those brackets. Last week, Cyndaquil, after what was a fantastic start in the first round, completely just lost its game, fell out of step, and allowed Piplup to gain the advantage, to take advantage, and to gain the victory and move on to the final of Metromania Season 4. Cyndaquil just couldn't get it out of the gate in the second two battles, and nobody seems to know why. It just maybe cracked under the pressure, but all we know is that Piplup is moving on to the final, and now we need to find out who Piplup's opponent is going to be. We have two great contenders in the form of Torchic and Chespin. Now let's find out who is going to face Piplup in the grand final. So here we go, Torchic versus Chespin. Semi-final 2 of Metromania Season 4 is upon us. This is the last stop on the road to the Metromania final. Will Torchic be victorious or will Chespin have the edge? We're just going to have to watch these battles and find out. As Shiny Torchic starts things off with a Scald, it won't be very effective but does have a chance to burn and cripple the Shiny Chespin. And the burn does get applied. So Shiny Chespin already has reduced attack in this battle. Here's a Thunder Punch. Will it cause paralysis? That would just be absolutely detrimental for the Chespin team. No paralysis, but Chespin is going to start things off for its team with a Fusion Flare. It won't be very effective, but it's Chespin signifying, look guys, we're going to be pulling out all the stops to try and beat you. Decent amount of damage, critical hit on that Fusion Flare, and here's Shiny Chespin getting ready for its first move of this battle. Goes for Surf, which is going to be super effective on both Torchic there. Of course, it will damage its partner a little bit, but not a great deal there. Massive damage on both the opposing Torchic, and of course, taking some burn damage from that the Shiny Torchic there. As both the Torchic get their speed increased, they're already the faster Pokemon anyway, so I don't think Chespin is too fussed about having to wait for their turns, but Torchic already is taking quite a lot of damage after that Surf. Here is a Baton Pass, which is going to fail. It's now over to regular Torchic to pick up the pieces of that battle, almost pick up the baton if you like, with an Infestation. So now this is a great play because now this Shiny Chespin is going to take burn damage and Infestation damage for as long as this Torchic is on the field. They probably need to team up against the Torchic here. We get Geomancy though from regular Chespin, so it's going to charge up this turn, and next turn it will increase its special attack, special defense, and speed by 2 stages. That could be very, very dangerous for the Torchic team. Here's a not very effective lunge from the Shiny Chespin onto Shiny Torchic. Not very effective, but does reduce the physical attack of Torchic, and of course physical attack is what Torchic is going to have to use against regular Chespin after it gets its Geomancy boost. There's the speed boost once again, and of course we did see the burn damage and the Infestation damage on that Shiny Chespin. Both Torchic are now +2 speed, I believe, +2, maybe +3. But it doesn't particularly matter to Torchic at this stage because it's already faster. Here's a Tail Slap though from the -1 attack Shiny Torchic, doing 3 hits onto that Shiny Chespin, bringing it closer to being taken out by Infestation and Burn. Here's a Dive, so regular Torchic is going to hide underwater from further attack. So the Chespin team will not be able to strike it, so that's one good thing about being the faster Pokemon for the Torchic team. Here's a Screech, though, onto Shiny Torchic from Shiny Chespin, which is going to drop its defense, physical defense, by 2 stages. And here's the complete Geomancy. The ritual is complete. There's the increase in special attack, special defense, and speed for this Chespin, which is going to it's going to be a fantastic aid to the Chespin team. And there's the damage, the burn damage and the infestation damage being applied, bringing Shiny Chespin down into the danger zone, and of course more speed boosts for the Torchic team there, who of course are going to move first on the next turn as they are just literally so much faster than the Chespin team at this point, even with the Geomancy boost. Here is Revenge coming out from Shiny Torchic there, doing a tiny bit of chip damage to regular Chespin, and here's the not very effective dive, doing a little bit more chip damage to the Chespin team. Regular Chespin is going to start the turn off for its team with a Hard Stamp. How effective is that going to be? It's going to do enough damage to bring regular Torchic down into the danger zone there. And here's Shiny Chespin with what will be its last move of the battle. But here comes the Earthquake, potentially its last move of the battle, because the Infestation causing Torchic is knocked out. And the remaining Shiny Torchic is only at 15 hit points remaining, so this is a great move. The burn damage is going to bring down Shiny Chespin's health, but by destroying the Pokemon that caused the infestation, it negates that infestation damage and is basically surviving for another turn. Shiny Torchic in a very bad place right now. What's it going to do? Going to use Clear Smog, which should be super effective on that Shiny Chespin, taking it down, so it only has to deal with one Chespin now, but it's looking very good for the Chespin team at this point in time, because Shiny Torchic sitting very uncomfortably on just a single hit point. Spore coming out from Chespin. It's not going to take any more damage from this Torchic because it's going to put it right to sleep. It's not going to be able to attack for at least a couple of turns with that Spore. The speed boost is not going to do much for Torchic whilst it's sat there asleep on the field. So Shiny Torchic just sitting there, sleeping away, daydreaming away, as regular Chespin looks to put the final blows in, goes for Dragon Rage, guaranteed 40 hit points, knocks out Shiny Torchic, and round one has gone to Chespin. Torchic needs to do something here if it's going to survive going forward in this battle. So here comes everybody back out onto the battlefield, ready for the next round, but Torchic already with its back against the wall after Chespin managed to claw it back after a rocky start in that round. Regular Torchic's going to go for Flail, but of course it won't do much damage because regular Torchic is a full HP. Shiny Torchic looking to maybe go on the offensive, goes for Shadow Force. That should do a decent amount of damage and of course protects Torchic from any damage for the rest of this turn. So the Chespin team really needs to focus its attention on the regular Torchic. Sonic Boom coming out from Shiny Chespin for a guaranteed 20 damage. And what will the regular Chespin do as the follow-up to its partner's attack? It's going to go for Razor Leaf, which is going to be avoided by Shiny Torchic, but not by regular Torchic. But of course, it's not very effective damage. Still did a decent amount of damage, though. Critical hit on that regular Torchic. And here's the speed boost. So both the Torchic are going to increase in speed. So they're already at +1 speed after that first turn. But of course, they already have the speed advantage anyway. Here's the Shadow Force from Shiny Torchic, looking amazing. Doing a decent amount of damage there to that Shiny Chespin, putting it on notice as regular Torchic follows up with a Karate Chop, paying homage to its evolved forms. There we go, Combusken and Blaziken. Here is a Tickle from Shiny Chespin onto the regular Torchic, dropping its attack and defense by 1 stage apiece. Of course, physical, not special. And here is regular Chespin, who is looking to capitalize on that with Electrify. It does indeed fail, though. And of course, here comes the speed boost for the Torchic team, who I wouldn't say have the edge right now, but certainly the scales are leaning in their favor just ever so slightly in this battle. Of course, with them having that speed advantage, it gives them more opportunities to strategize. Here's a Horn Drill, though. It is going to be avoided by Shiny Chespin. That would have been a one-hit KO. Of course, testament to that 30% accuracy. Here's Shiny Torchic with an Endeavor, but it is going to fail because Shiny Chespin has less HP than Shiny Torchic does right now. And here's Assurance from the regular Chespin there onto the regular Torchic. Massive damage there, bringing it down into the yellow, and Shiny Chespin is looking to follow up, and it's going to go for Whirlpool, which is super effective and of course has consistent damage at the end of each turn, brings regular Torchic down into the danger zone, and of course there is the Vortex, dealing more damage to the regular Torchic, who basically has one turn before Whirlpool knocks it out, unless it uses a healing move. So it'll be interesting to see what it does on that next turn. Of course, Shiny Torchic will start off proceedings on that next turn. What's it going to do here? Going to go for Fire Pledge, which is super effective and same type attack bonus. Massive damage. Takes down Shiny Chespin. That's a fantastic move for the Torchic team, who are definitely in a better position than they were in the last round, that's for sure. Here comes the Spore, won't affect the grass-type Chespin though. That's an opportunity for Chespin to take down one of these Torchic. I would avoid going for the regular Torchic though, because it will be guaranteed to be knocked out this turn, but it does go for it with the Shadow Ball, knocking out that Torchic. Probably would have been better suited, dealing some damage to the shiny Torchic, of course, who has the HP advantage compared to its partner. Of course, its partner is now knocked out. What will Shiny Torchic do here in retaliation for its fallen partner? It's going to go for Iron Deluge, which of course isn't going to give it that much of an edge in this particular situation, but I like it thinking outside the box. Here comes the regular Chespin, who is going to go for Mark Punch for a decent bit of chip damage there. Really needs to go on an all-out offensive on this Torchic, who has just gained so much speed at this point, but isn't completely invulnerable. Although it's going for rollout, so it's not going to be much of a damaging attack right now, but if that rollout is allowed to continue, it could become very dangerous for Chespin, who goes for a double slap though, who's going to get 1 hit, 2 hit, we get a 3rd hit, we're going to get more, we get 4 hits. 4 hits in a row from that double slap, and of course Shiny Torchic we know is locked in to the very risky play that is rollout right now. Will we see that power up to its maximum and take out this Chespin? Chespin definitely is in a dangerous place right now and needs to figure something out. Goes for a flying press, pulls out a fighting type / flying type move of its own, doing a decent amount of damage there to Shiny Torchic, who goes for the 3rd round of rollout. This is where it's getting dangerous. You've got to think that's great damage. You've got to think one more rollout from this Torchic will take out Chespin. So this is all or nothing. Goes for punishment on Torchic and takes it down. So it's 2-0 to Chespin. Chespin has won this. My goodness. Torchic was not able to equalize. Chespin has flattened Torchic and takes its place in the final. What a fantastic display by Chespin. Torchic could not cut it. Completely derailed by Chespin. 2-0. Who knew? Who thought Torchic was going to go down so easily? I, for one, didn't. I thought maybe Chespin would have the edge in this battle, and my prediction came true, but wow. Torchic really folded under pressure in the semi-finals. Torchic unfortunately goes home at this point. Chespin moves on, and we now know who's going to be in our grand final next week for Season 4. It's going to be Piplup taking on Chespin, which honestly sounds on paper like it's going to be amazing. So make sure you tune in next week so you don't miss it. But that's where I'm going to leave this episode of Metromania. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button so that you definitely don't miss the final next week. If you'd like to support the channel like these wonderful people down here do, pledge to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/AceTrenalium. And of course, for live streams 5 days a week, twitch.tv/AceTrenalium has got you covered. But until next time, I'm Ace Trenalium. Keep on training.